but conservative strategist Allison Wynn, who raised millions of dollars as an Obama campaign fundraiser, is now a Trump supporter. She joins us. And Democratic strategist Melissa DeRosa, a former chief of staff to Governor Andrew Cuomo. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. Melissa, I'm going to ask you, obviously early voting underway in several states. It's a big deal, typically an advantage for Democrats. For this election, it seems like Republican registrations are not that far behind. Do you think Democrats are concerned?
I think Democrats are absolutely concerned, and we're running like we're 10 points behind because that's the only way you end up ahead. But what we are seeing in the analysis, and if you talk to Republicans, they'll talk about how they've got the edge. You talk to Democrats, they talk about how they have the edge. One thing that's undeniable is that Democrats are currently underperforming when you look year over year with Black voters and with young voters so far in early voting. That said, we are early in early voting, so there's plenty of time to make that up. But yes, certainly people are nervous right now.
I want to talk about the Black and Latino vote, but Allison, you switched teams. Did you switch for the same reason you think a lot of other people who we're hearing from, maybe on social media, anecdotally, in our communities, are saying it's the first time, but they're going to vote for Trump, even though they've been Democrats maybe for their lifetime?
Yes, I was an early Obama supporter. I've been a lifelong Democrat, but it just no longer makes sense, especially in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's gotten too leftist, progressive, and socialist for me. And right now, I'm really about education, healthcare, and really the economy for our country. And I think that's what resonates with most people as well.
Well, I'm looking behind you, and you actually, I think, have an Obama poster on your wall still. I've looked into you. I've read about you. I've watched some of your other interviews. I know you auctioned off a number of pieces of memorabilia from your time being an Obama fundraiser. So is there a reason you still have that picture on the wall? Do you think that the Trump campaign is actually selling a message of hope and change at a different time in a different way than Obama did?
Yes, this actually is the original painting that became the poster
Wow.
for the Hope campaign for Obama. So I collect all types of memorabilia, and I was a big supporter of Obama. I loved his message of inspiration. He's gotten more aspiration. I do feel that the Trump campaign is very energized right now, especially with RFK focusing on health, personalized medicine, also the food chain, right? Like a lot of our food right now has 50% less nutrients and vitamins than they had 50 years ago. And so people aren't really talking about that personalized medicine. And he has all types of new ideas, such as no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime. That really speaks to rural people, to suburban voters, suburban female voters who are nurses, who are working an hourly wage. And so no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime really makes a difference for them.
Vice President Harris, she skipped the Al Smith dinner, a big Catholic fundraiser, due to what were reportedly campaigning conflicts. She quoted scripture recently at a church, doing a mobilization for souls to the polls. Melissa, is the vice president sending a mixed message to the faith community right now?
You know, look, I think that skipping the Al Smith dinner was a mistake for Vice President Harris. I think it was an opportunity for her to go and make that overture, not just to the Catholic community, because it's not really just a Catholic event, but really a nod towards bipartisanship. It's a long-standing tradition where you get both parties in a room together and you say, even though day to day we disagree with one another and we're running opposed to each other, we come together for the greater good of this charity in this final 2 weeks. So I do think it was a missed opportunity for her. That said, it is a very insidery event, and she was out campaigning in a swing state, and every minute counts up until election day. And so her campaign clearly made a calculation that her time was better spent where she was that night.
Yeah, we'll see if that pays off for her. But obviously, that was an opportunity to say, let's come to the table together, let's dine together, let's make jokes and self-deprecate with one another. But Allison, a lot of talk has been about the Black and Latino vote. I've been watching so many interviews with these two candidates. But one interviewer actually told Mr. Trump he has no white guilt and that is actually an advantage in this election. So many people are afraid of being called racist. And then you see these numbers where people who are clearly of color are saying, you know what, Trump is our candidate, including in the Asian community, the African-American community, parts of the Muslim community. How do you think voters are processing all of this?
Well, I can only speak about myself. And I think after supporting Obama, we really wanted to be beyond race. He said there's no Black America, white America, we're one America. And I'm of a younger generation. We really believe that. And I actually do think Trump believes that as well. We want to talk about ideas, innovation. Pennsylvania is a microcosm of America. Edwin Drake discovered oil there. Carnegie Mellon, he innovated. I think he learned how to make steel faster, cheaper through the open fire method. And that's what America is about: new, fresh ideas. How can we create jobs and not give away these industries we're creating, like oil and gas, to Saudi Arabia or Russia, or US steel to Japan? We need to have policies that really promote innovation and great ideas and keep these jobs in America. And that's why we're really excited about Trump and really go beyond race.
Melissa, I'm going to give you the final word. One answer, very short. Who is the group that you believe the vice president needs to go after in these last 17 days until Election Day?
Black men. Unquestionably, if she can close the gap with Black men, she can get over the finish line. So that's where she's got to be focused right now.
Okay, we will see. Allison, Nguyen, Melissa DeRosa, wonderful having you on. Hope to see you again. Thanks again.
Thanks so much for having us.